Hey everyone.
Hey, Darren here.
Welcome back to the live show. We're here. We made it. We took a week off, but we're back.
We're back, and we just finished getting off of Instagram, right? We were doing
Yes.
an Instagram live event. A lot of people hopping over there, including my cousin down from Richmond, Virginia, kind of thing. So, hey, listen, if you're watching us now on YouTube, so what we got going on? Yeah, we were away for a week, right?
Yeah, we were. We have a lot of things planned. We have a question already left for Potterhead. Are you going to post behind the scenes of the last TikTok of Brandon being in the bathtub full of clothes on?
I just watched it. I actually just watched it. You just showed me. It's actually really funny, actually.
Yeah.
We should do that, right?
Okay.
You know what we should do? We should do like at the end of the year, a clip of bloopers. You know, of things that we've done all year and that kind of stuff, and then put it together and then go from there. So what do you think?
Yeah, maybe. Well,
maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see that video at some point.
Yeah, for sure. So we got the show. How can people connect with us during the show?
Well, as usual, please, everyone, if you have any questions, comments, please comment and chat to us here in the live chat. Thank you to all of you who are already in the live chat.
And don't forget, for those of you who are going to chat with us on our YouTube channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, right?
Yes.
Ding! Right? Subscribe to what it is that we're doing. So, what do we got going?
Let's talk about some updates.
Let's talk about some updates. We've got a lot, right? Because we've been away for a week.
Yeah, so
everything okay? You're kind of twitching there a little bit.
No, I'm good.
Everything good? Everything
I'm
going
good.
on? You haven't had a coffee yet this morning, or
No,
tea or
it's
anything
all
like
fine.
that? Like things aren't. You sure?
It's all good.
Okay, just checking. You
and I were in Fort St. James.
We were Fort St. James.
Yeah.
That's us on the airplane. That was WestJet, right? We flew up there in WestJet, and we actually did a TikTok. We did an airplane TikTok on that one. So, and you know what? People who are watching us, you got to go over to our TikTok channel. We've posted a couple. Brandon just posted a new one today. I'll give you a clue. It's something to do with a bathtub, and that's why Life of Potterhead was asking about after scene shots of what happened there. But head over there. We've got quite a few TikToks going on right now. Actually, some of them are pretty cool, like the bathtub one you just did. I did one this week as well of a samurai sword. That's all I'll say. And the airplane one. The airplane one was kind of funny as well. So yeah, we had a really good time up in Fort St. James. The RCMP brought us up, and through their victim services unit, and I taught the secondary school, and then you were in the elementary school, and then you also went a little bit more northeast, I think it was, to a First Nations community,
Yeah,
right?
so my first day there, we were at, I was at David Hoy, and then you were at the secondary school, and they had something really cool at the secondary school.
What was really cool, you see the dog there, that's an emotional support dog. And it's actually, that's the principal standing in the picture there, and it's actually his dog, and we're starting to see this more. I think this is about the fourth school that we've seen that has an emotional support dog. Very cool. The kids love it. It's a really cool tool that a lot of schools are now using with kids that are experiencing high anxiety and other issues. And these dogs are highly trained to sense that and then to kind of connect and bond with the child to make them feel more comfortable. It was really cool. But this was the second time in Fort St. James. They brought us there about 3 years ago now, and they loved us so much that they brought us back again, and they told us they're going to bring us back again. It was a really good trip, and this was the first trip where we had like -0 degrees weather. In fact, it was snowing there a couple times while they were there, right? And then frozen rain. That was kind of interesting as well. So, but a big shout out to everybody up in Fort James, and a big thank you to the RCMP up there for bringing us in, right?
Like Potterhead says, Darren's a dripping boomer.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I wear that with a badge of honor. So I'm not just a boomer, but I'm a dripping boomer, which means a cool boomer, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. Yeah, kind of cool. Yeah, okay, boomer. Yeah, okay. I can't call you a zoomer because you're a millennial.
Yeah, there
so
we
go. Generation Zs are called zoomers. I'm a boomer, so you're a malooner.
Candace said the answer's depressed.
You're a depressed malooner. How's that?
Oh, man.
So what else we got going?
No comment. What's your guys' favorite anime? Ooh, I haven't watched anime in years.
I don't watch anime, right?
Oh,
not that I don't
say that to the
Not that I
internet.
don't like it. It's kind of cool. It's just I don't watch it, right? I just don't have time. So, but if you have some recommendations, send them our way. Send them our way. Candace wants to watch JoJo's, what was it? Bizarre Adventure. So she's heard good things about that, so we'll see. Cool. So I guess you know what your partner's going to be watching after the show today.
Apparently.
So what else we got going?
Within the last time we did a live show, we were involved in another intervention. This is number 199.
Unbelievable, right? Where, again, a 13-year-old young girl and her parent connected with me over another young person in the United States who was saying that they're going to take their life by suicide, didn't know what to do. They connect with me. I was able to give them the resources that they needed to and how to do what they needed to do. They were able to get a hold of law enforcement down there. They conducted a mental health intervention, and result, that young man is now in good hands, being looked after. And in fact, that young man sent a message back to the Canadian girl and her family who connected with me up here to say, thank you for caring so much about what was going on with me and getting me the help that I needed. So, you know what? Although we were involved in Intervention 199, really the shout out goes to the 13-year-old and her parent who connected with us and who actually cared and took action. Rather than being a bystander, they became upstanders. And the other cool thing, Brandon, the cool thing was how the 13-year-old could trust her mother, had enough trust in her mother that she knew that she could go to her without any kind of fear of overreaction, and that mom would be there to help as well. I mean, that is what it's all about, because we know that parents who get involved with their kids online, those kids are far less likely to get themselves involved in dangerous situations, and if they do, they're more likely to connect with their parents looking for help. So big shout out to the family. You know who you are. In fact, we sent our White Hatter medallion to that family as our way of saying thank you for caring about another person and saving another person's life. So kind of cool, kind of cool, kind of cool. What else we got going on?
Hervé, White Hat Hervé.
Yeah!
He's one of our graphic designers, tech experts, and he got certification with Adobe Design Suites using Photoshop. So congratulations to him.
He's super stoked about that. I mean, he does a lot of work for us. He he's comes from Quebec, so he's fully bilingual. So he's taught a program for us in one of our French immersion schools here in Victoria, but primarily he does a lot of our what do we call it? Design
work.
Yeah, graphic design work, because he's really good at that. He's got a good sense of humor. That's what I love about him as well. Very open-minded and just an all-around nice guy. All-around nice guy. So congratulations, Hervey. And he was down in LA.
Ooh.
Tough gig, eh?
Nice.
He was down in LA to get his certification there, and apparently it was just phenomenal. The whole week of Adobe putting on their big conference that they do down there. So again, congratulations, Hervé. Job well done and well deserved for sure. So again, how can people connect with us?
As usual, please. I see the chat already going, but please engage, ask us questions, and we'd love to talk to you all.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Ding! So what else we got on?
Let's talk about one of my favorite segments, which is the story, what happened?
Or what I like to say what? Say what? So what we got going?
Really interesting news story last couple weeks.
This one, when you brought this one to my attention, I went,
this is cool.
Kind of interesting.
So basically, some researchers were able to, in a way, kind of like hack smart devices by sending commands to Google Homes, Alexas, that type of thing.
Yeah, how'd they do
it? With lasers.
Oh, hold on. Lasers.
Yeah. So
I look like Dr. Evil, with a bald head.
So basically, what they were able to do from a long distance was basically take a laser and then shine it at the speaker or the microphone of a smart device and send it commands so it would do things.
Really?
I know.
Kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of a story. We know that lasers can actually pick up sound. So a good example, during the Cold War, I have a friend who was involved with the RCMP in what's called Special I. A long time, he's been retired a very long time. But one of his jobs was to monitor the Russian embassy. And at that time, during the Cold War, laser technology just came out where you could shine a laser at a window and it would pick up on the vibrations of people talking on the other side of the room, and which could then be translated so you knew what the people were saying. So what the Russians did was they grew these trees in front of the buildings, in front of their windows, so that these lasers couldn't get through the trees, right? So get this. His job was to walk by the Russian embassy with a little briefcase, and in the briefcase he had a little bit of Agent Orange in there. And Agent Orange is something that kills vegetation. And he'd walk by and he'd push this secret button in the briefcase, and it would drop this Agent Orange at the trees. So at the trees, the leaves would die, so that the laser beams could go through and still hit the windows. Huh. Yeah, I know. I don't know if you've ever remember the cartoon Spy versus Spy.
Yeah.
You know the guy who wore the black hat and white hat. It was kind of like that back in the Cold War. So now this makes sense because not only can you hear things, but now what you're telling me is this technology allows you to say things using a laser beam basically as a hard wire.
So the solution is grow trees.
Grow trees. Yeah, grow trees. Kind of interesting though, right? Kind of interesting that researchers were going to do that.
Yeah. Nene asked a question, did y'all listen to the new Billie Eilish song? I don't think I have yet.
No, not me.
Yeah.
No, not me. You know what my next question is going to be?
What?
Who's Billie Eilish? Oh, eyelash.
Eyelash.
Oh, yeah. No.
Thanks,
Candace.
Candace
just thanked me. She's the person who knows all this kind of stuff, right? If it wasn't for her, Brendan and I'd be lost on that song. But no, sorry. Right. What else we got going on?
Let's talk about some news stories.
She just called me a boomer.
First story I want to bring up. Speaking of Adobe, where Hervé
just got certified.
Yeah. Adobe has designed some AI technology to basically detect when images have been manipulated.
This is such a big deal in today's fake videos, right? Fake imagery, deep fakes, and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how the technology develops and if it will be more accessible to the average consumer. I would assume it would be at some point in the future. Right now, it's all proprietary and all their stuff, but I mean, really cool. You take an image, plop it in, and it'll tell you if it's fake and how much of it is potentially fake.
It's so important, right? Because you can think about some of the really ugly things that those who want to have, for whatever reason, do really bad things. They could use existing video, which is already happening, and make it look like and sound like it's somebody saying that they're not really saying, right? Mm-hmm. So we're seeing this in deep fake porn now, where people are putting the faces of other people on porn videos and that kind of stuff, and it's really hard to tell it's not them. So it's kind of scary what the bad guys can do with deep fakes, and so it's kind of cool to see that companies like Adobe now are trying to figure out ways to counter that. It's kind of like it's a cat and mouse game constantly going on with this technology, but I'm really happy to hear that Adobe is now fighting the fight. So big shout out to Adobe, keep it up. It's work like yours that are going to keep us safer, right, in the digital world, for sure.
Really important
What else
stuff.
we got going on?
Story from Canadian RCMP,
yes.
Where they are launching an internal review on how it monitors social media to ensure it's following with all privacy legislation.
This makes sense. I mean, like it or not, we've all moved over. Gone are the days where there was just the online world and the offline world. Today, it's just one world, or what we call the online world. So as a result of that, I think it is important that we understand what people in authority are doing when it comes to technology to monitor what it is that we're monitoring. Mm-hmm. I think you brought up this week when you brought this to my attention, because I said, really, what's the big deal? And then you said something along the lines, yeah, but what if you're not really doing anything and they're just looking at you, or something like that?
There's a lot of interesting legislation and laws that apply to what people can and cannot do with your social media. There's a higher onus on government organizations, which RCP is. Private organizations, things are a little more flexible. But basically, it'll be interesting to see and read the report. It should come out in early 2020. We'll see what the report says and see what we agree with.
You know what, though? Again, big tip of our white hat to the RCMP for getting out in front of this and doing it themselves without being prodded to do it, and coming back and letting us know what it is that they're doing. But there's no doubt that the criminal element has now moved into the digital realm, into the online realm. And so, law enforcement, and as most of you know, I'm a retired ex-law enforcement, we should have the capability to use open source intelligence to our advantage. But the question is how are you doing it, why are you doing it, and what are you doing with the information that you're collecting, right? So, which is really, really, really important. So, really interesting. What?
Yeah, so Doug?
Oh, Candace just said Brandon Duck, because if you look above his head right now, you'll see the Joe Mama, but you'll also see Shrek. Where's my donkey?
You want what,
my
Shrek?
donkey?
What, Shrek?
You want Shrek? Go. So okay, we're gonna grab Shrek. Candace says grab Shrek. Grab Shrek. Okay, we're grabbing Shrek, and we're gonna put it right by the mic here. Well, that's kind of in our way. That's kind of in our way, right? So okay, if that's what you know, it's not gonna stay. It's not gonna stay. Okay, well, we're wasting a lot of time trying to fix Shrek. Oh my God! I can't. Boom. See, told you. Told you. Where's my donkey? Here, we'll just kind of do this. There you go. Hold on. Oh, whatever. Okay, so next one. What's the next one we're going to talk about here? It didn't want to stand up. What did you want me to do about it? I think Candace is crying right now. What else we got going on?
Hey, RCP again. All right.
Oh.
RCP, warrant over spoofing scam calls.
Yeah.
Appear to be from police. And you actually were interviewed by this from the CBC.
Yeah, I was interviewed locally by the CBC, and last night I did one from Toronto. They did a FaceTime with me from Toronto last night. And it's all about the fact that we've seen a huge increase in a number of spoof calls coming to phones across our country where people are pretending to be with the RCMP, the Toronto Police, the Victoria Police, the Canadian Revenue Agency, and basically wanting personal information or wanting you to share credit card information or to put money into a specific account because if you don't, you're going to be arrested. And so what's interesting about this is that they're now spoofing phone numbers, right? And there's a number of products out there. I've got an app on my phone that if I dial you, I can show you that I'm somebody else. Well, a good example in the picture that is in that article, if you can blow that up on the screen again, Brandon, if you look closely, it actually says that I'm from a police department, right? When in fact I'm not. So that's a part of building the rapport or the part of the social engineering that these individuals use in order to scam you, to trick you into believing that I am somebody actually officially who I'm not. So, you know, one of the things I say is that when you receive these calls, number one, there's not one agency out there, law enforcement or government agency, that would ever ask you for personal information over the phone like that, especially when it comes to credit card information or putting money into account, especially a Bitcoin account, and then if you don't, you're gonna be arrested. So, you know, what I say to everybody is if you receive a call like this, just hang up, don't scream in the phone, don't blow a whistle, just hang up the phone. And if you're concerned that maybe there might be some legitimacy to it, connect with the agency who says they connected with you, like the Toronto Police, Victoria Police, the Canadian Revenue Agency, and say, hey, listen, I just got a call for somebody from a phone number that identified as you guys. Are you guys trying to get a hold of me? And if it was real, they'll let you know it's real. If not, which is going to be 99.9% of the time, they're going to tell you, no, it wasn't. It was a fake call. Just ignore it. So people ask me how they're getting the numbers. Well, we know, what was it, last week Facebook just announced and they admitted the fact that the phone numbers that we were putting in to do their their two-factor authentication, they were actually selling it. All right, they were actually selling it. So, you know, when we sign up for all these social networks and we're putting our phone numbers in there, a lot of times these social networks are taking that information, like our phone numbers, and selling it out there on the internet, and that's how they're getting these phone numbers, right? And these groups are being run offshore in other countries, but we also have organized crime here in Canada that are using this technique. So just be aware of it, right? Just be aware of it.
Couple questions. Life of Potterhead says, when are you guys coming back to Burnaby Central Secondary?
We usually come back every other year to that school, right? So hopefully we'll be back in about a year's time. So what else do we have?
Nene says, quick question, when are you guys coming back to North Surrey?
Oh God, we were just in North Surrey again. I mean, what seems to happen with a lot of schools that bring us in, they bring us in 1 year, then they skip a year, and then they bring us in the year later, which is kind of what we encourage schools to do. So if we weren't at your school this year and you're from Surrey or Burnaby, we'll probably be there next year, right? So we'll see, right? We'll see. We're getting really busy, which is kind of cool. And it's really neat that we have Brandon now presenting. We've got Cal in Vancouver presenting as well. We've got Julia, who's up island, presenting for us in some of the adult programs. So yeah.
Looks like I got a message from Beth says, no, we go there every year.
Oh, we go where every year?
Is that what she said? No, North Surrey, double check.
Oh, hold on. Oh, on my, hey, this is my new iPad. Did I tell you about that? I know. You say that all the time.
Maybe I'll get the 16-inch MacBook now.
Hold on. Oh, really? 16-inch MacBook?
It just came out.
Really? Maybe I'll get that. My old eyes, right? So, North Surrey, it says, we go every year for the new grade 8s. Beth just sent us, she monitors what we're doing as well, and if we're doing things we shouldn't be doing, she'll kind of send me a message. So, yeah, there you go. So, Beth just says, go get Shrek. Too late, I tossed him, he's gone. What else we got going?
Interesting story. Company got basically hacked, and they didn't realize they were getting hacked until someone figured out that their server space was full.
Say what?
So yeah, just an interesting story, basically, that people can be hacked and they won't realize until it's too late.
With convenience comes vulnerability.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We're hearing about these hacks almost every single week, right? Like, here's another one, right? Another one that we're going to talk about right here.
For ransomware.
Ransomware. This has become a big deal, right? And what does this one say? Nunavut
you added this one.
Yeah, Nunavut ransom attack impacting all government services, right? I mean, these people who are attacking systems, they're going after organizations, companies, municipalities, cities, school districts now, knowing that if they can infect your system with ransomware and cryptoware, well, then you're not going to be able to use it, and the only way to get it back is to pay a ransom, right? And here's another really good example where Nunavut was hit with this stuff. And so what's really important to understand, how do you protect yourself from ransomware and cryptoware, Brandon?
Basically, preventing it is ensuring that you're careful what you download, what you install, what you purchase, and proper antivirus and anti-malware programs.
And I think a part of it also is educating employees about how this stuff is delivered, because usually this ransomware gets into a business, a district, or corporate's infrastructure because one of the employees has clicked on a link, usually a phishing link with a PH of some type, which now downloads the ransomware into the system. So, I mean, a part of what Brandon does is he does a lot of corporate training where he can go in and talk to people about this whole issue around phishing and what to look for, because it's a little bit more than what you think it is. And that's what Brandon does, is you go in and you talk to people about this very issue and how to prevent it. Because again, companies can put in and spend hundreds of millions of dollars in hardware, software, air gapping things and putting things into place, firewalls, but the weakest link is always the human link, and if something gets past it and you as an employee click it, you're going to download this stuff into your system. And not just, it can also happen to personal computers as well, right? Like, we've helped out a number of people connected with us because they downloaded malware into their computer because they were downloading free music, free videos, free video, whatever it is, and some of it will contain ransomware as well. So again, be very careful about where you're downloading stuff from, and primarily only download it from reputable sources like the iTunes store if you're an Apple computer like me or a user like me, right? So what else we got going?
Talk about some cool tech projects.
Yes.
One of our favorite segments.
Yes.
This was an interesting thing. This is actually from Aberdeen Hall.
This week, yeah, I was up in I was in Kelowna. I was presenting at Aberdeen Hall. We taught all the junior kids and their senior kids, and they've got a very strong, robust robotics program going on there. It's all about teaching kids how to code and robotics and stuff. It's also a school that's one-to-one, so all the kids have a digital device of some type. It's BYOD, so they bring their own device, but it's all the kids have a laptop that they now use in every class. It's just amazing to see what's going on in the school and how they're using technology in a positive way. But there's no doubt that this school is best preparing their kids for future in job employment, right?
Certainly.
Because one of the things that what was it? This year there were 182,000 openings for coders in Canada, and companies couldn't find enough people, so they hired people offshore from other countries to help fulfill those jobs. So again, if these kids can code Python, HTML, JavaScript, C++, which is the binary language of the internet, which is what robotics does, it's really teaching them a skill that is needed for the future. So big shout out to Aberdeen Hall and what it is they're doing. And by the way, their hospitality when they were there was unbelievable. They treated us like kings there, and just had a really good time sharing our information with the kids, and in fact their parents. We had a packed hall. And you know what's cool? I think I sent you a message. Their screen in their auditorium,
you showed me that,
is an LED screen. It was like 10 feet by like 15 feet. It was humongous, and was actually designed to be outdoors. So if he was to turn up the brightness, I would have got a sunburn. Right, kind of. So I mean, that's how. But he's got it on. They got it designed onto the lowest setting. Just phenomenal. Unbelievable what they've done with that theater and how they're using technology. But again, big shout out to Aberdeen. Thank you for the hospitality. And the kids, the parents, and the teachers, you guys were awesome as well. Had a really good time. Got a lot of good feedback from them, answering a lot of questions from them over the past couple of days. Kind of cool. Yeah.
Next show is going
here we go. Next show.
On the 24th. And again, we're back to weekly, and the next show is a giveaway show.
Don't do the fireworks again. I love the fireworks. There it is. Here it comes. Ding, 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 ding. Love it, love it, love it.
So what that means is, for those of you who follow us on Instagram, next week on the live show, we're going to do a draw. And on that draw, you can win our White Hatter swag. The instructions will be posted to Instagram at some point this week. We're still determining what the question will be, but basically answer a question, you take a friend or two, and you'll be entered in for the live show draw. Some of you in the chat have already won, like Life of Potterhead, which is fantastic. So a good chance to win some really cool White Hatter stuff, like our exclusive large White Hatter laptop sticker, which you can only get on the live show or special order through giving it to someone special. But you can really only get it through the live show. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
New question just came in from Roger Keki. Which games do you guys play? World of Tanks. Yeah. I love tanks. In fact, I think you caught me playing the other day when you and Candace came up to talk to us, and I couldn't hear you because I had my earphones on, and I think I was saying and yelling a few words and that kind of stuff. I had no idea you guys were even in there. That's my favorite game. But yours right now is?
I'm playing the new Modern Warfare.
He is.
Yes.
He is. He will lock himself away for hours. When it first came out, you locked yourself away for days.
When it first came out, I was not working that weekend, except for the live show.
I think you lived, ate, and slept in your office out here playing that game, right?
I didn't sleep in my office.
Well, pretty close. I'd say, hey, Candace, what time did Brandon come in last night? 4:30. So there you go, right? So that's my favorite game, the World of Tanks or Tanks, and yours is
the new Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare. So yeah, that's what we like, and we think gaming is cool, but like anything else, it's all about moderation, right? Too much of anything is never any good. That includes games, but there's no doubt that gaming is becoming big business again. What was it? That teen boy here in Canada placed third in the World Fortnite competition this year, and he won $1.2 or $1.3 million for placing third. Like, unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
So kind of cool.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Candace adding in the chat, she still plays Pokemon Go, and yeah, she does. That's one of her favorite games.
Yeah.
It's not a secret.
She just said, don't announce my secret to everybody.
You just put it on the live chat. It's no longer a secret.
That's right. Yeah, she just said she loves it and that kind of stuff.
And she plays Minecraft.
So again, next week I'm not going to be here.
Hey, yeah,
Right?
you're not.
You're going to have your partner, Candace.
Candace, who you have all been chatting with since the beginning of the live shows. She'll be sitting in your seat, and
I might just have to chime in and spam her a little bit as the live show is going.
Are you flying? Hopefully you're on a plane at that time.
Well, I can connect with Wi-Fi up in a plane as well. It just costs me a little bit of money.
Depends on the plane.
Are
you in a Dash 8? No, you wouldn't.
That's true. That's true. If I'm in the Dash 8. I don't know what I'm in, actually. It might be a Dash 8. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I might have to chime in. But okay. Candace, good luck. She's just in my ear right now. She'll do an excellent job. She's really good at what she does. She's a little shy of getting in front of a camera and that kind of stuff. But I think it'll be a good way for her to cut her teeth, as I like to say. I think she's going to do a really good job because she's going to be sitting with me in a couple more weeks to do something else.
Beth says, nope, you're on a ferry. You can watch.
I'm on a ferry. I can watch. Woohoo! So I may just have to chime in. But actually, Candace, you're going to be with Candace next week, and then I'm going to be with her in a couple more weeks to do something special. We're going to announce that next show. I think you guys will announce that the next show.
Yeah.
We kind of teased it a little bit last time. Can I tease it again?
Sure.
Yeah, we're actually going to be putting together a White Hatter Teen Advisory team, right? We're looking for about 15 teens to join us on a live chat using a specific program that Brandon has, and we're gonna take about 2 hours to talk to you guys to learn about what's going on, what are you guys doing and stuff, and then we're gonna do that privately. We're not going to be broadcasting this to anybody at this point in time. It's just we really guide what it is that we do based upon evidence, peer-reviewed evidence in the academia community, but we also strongly do what we do based upon the anecdotal stuff that we hear from teens, young adults, and kids, right? Because you guys are the ones in these platforms, and we truly believe that we adults should be listening more to you guys because you guys have a lot of expertise and a lot of knowledge that I think is really important for older adults, right? So sometimes older adults believe that teens, that what we say is what's best, when in a lot of times teens themselves have a lot of stuff that we think is in their best interest that we adults should actually be recognizing as well, right? So if you're interested, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, on our TikTok, and on our YouTube page because Candace is going to be putting something out this week. Candace,
we may not announce it on TikTok.
Yeah, yeah. So she's going to be doing a lot of pushing of this, in the next week, probably starting tomorrow sometime, I think she was saying. But keep aware, and if you're interested, she'll let you know how to connect with us, and then we'll make some decisions. We're only going to take about 15 people, so if we're inundated with 50,000 people, we're going to have to minimize that to a degree. But
Yes.
the more people, the better. So please stay tuned, and when we open it up, make sure you send your information to us so we can consider if you want us on the on that panel, right, on that advisory panel. So
Alrighty.
yeah, so
That's the show.
That's the show.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. So on behalf of myself, Darren.
And Brandon and Candace in the back. We're going to go live on Facebook for our monthly Facebook show in about 30 minutes. So
Oh, we're doing a Facebook Live event today, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
In about, what, 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock, 30 minutes.
2 o'clock. Little different.
Little different. It's more of a parent-centric, sort of adult-centric sort of content.
But there's
and
no
discussion.
reason why teens can't go on there as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
Candace will be in the chat again, so we're going to take a break, get some lunch, and then we'll go live on Facebook in 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
we'll see those of you who want to join us there.
And I think I got to find Shrek. I don't know where he went. But
I
we'll
don't know.
try
Okay.
to find him. So see you later.
Bye,
Have a great
everyone.
rest of the day. Bye.